Does this add up? A school district in Pennsylvania thinks that feelings should be taught in math class, but not everybody is on board. Under the proposal, lessons for kindergartners through 5th grade would include social-emotional learning elements. A school board member there claims that workbooks ask questions like, are you understanding how other people feel? She spoke out about it on Fox and Friends.
When we first were shown this program, I saw that it had social emotional learning, and my first thought is, what do feelings have to do with math? That the program just started last year, so there isn't any data to see if it's really a good system to use. We should be creating critical thinkers that are getting in the math mindset, not what am I feeling today or what is someone else feeling.
But is this really going to get them ahead? Schools across America are failing students with reading and math proficiency at historic lows. 23 Baltimore schools report no math proficiency, and 53 Illinois high schools fail to achieve grade-level proficiency in math. Greg, do you think that they're... So this is just being considered.
Yes,
Let's be clear about that. Do you think that in the post-pandemic world, considering all of the challenges that we've talked about for students, the mental health crises, that it's that ridiculous of an idea to consider social emotional learning being part of math lessons?
Yes, it's ridiculous.
You've shocked me.
I know. And there are 3 women on this table, so I want to back up and explain what math is. Math is the language of the universe. You don't want to mess with it. It's the strangest thing in existence because you can't tell whether you invented it or it was a discovery. Like, what was math always here? And you, oh my goodness, 2 + 2 = 4. Or did somebody actually create it? Why do you have a fondness for it? Why is it in everything you see? This is, and my point is this: it's the secret to life itself. There are 7,000 languages, right? The reason why we have war, the reason why we have war is differences in languages. We can't communicate with each other. Math is the only universal language. It's the only language that the Germans and the French...
Well, you're forgetting about love.
The language of love, that is true. We'll talk about that later in my hot tub.
Please.
But this is the only language that cuts across all people. And the woke want to take that apart. Yep. They want to take the universality of math and balkanize it. So somebody says, like, yeah, you may think 2 + 2 = 4, but 4 hurt my feelings. So I'm going to say that 2 + 2 = 5 - 1, which is kind of like 4, but it takes longer. But I just don't like saying the word 4 because, well, when I was 4, I burned my finger on a toaster, and I just can't say 4 anymore. We do have feelings about math, but we all have to have the universality of those feelings.
Right.
What do you think of Greg's thesis that this is the balkanization?
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. And also because math can be, that's a place where you can be free from having to have feelings. Everything is about feelings. And there is, there is freedom in math. Math does give you freedom, and that's one of the reasons people are so excited about STEM education for both genders.
Yeah.
Or all genders, whatever. But the thing that's really incredible is how on Newsroom we did this story about how Baltimore schools, they have no child in the 8th grade that is proficient in math. Then we do like a story 2 days later about Chicago. And the Chicago Public Schools sends us a statement saying, we just want to make sure it's very clear to you that our test results are right in line with all the other major cities in America. Like, okay, that's not a great defense, guys. Right. It's just not a good defense. And math can be one of those places where it can propel you into great heights. You can get independence from knowing math well enough, or even to greater heights if you know it very well. So I don't think there's any need to bring feelings into it. Feelings isn't everything else. Read a book. That's where you get feelings.
Yep.
Not a math book.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. First of all, whose idea was this? Why are they implementing it? They don't say who they're helping. Why are they proposing it? They've got no data. None of it makes sense. And if you want feelings, I get it. Maybe English, maybe reading and all that other stuff, maybe even history. But math is the only objective thing that we've got. It's not subjective. It's an objective test. Deal with it. You can't influence it. You can't change it. You can't wake it or bury it or anything else. Plus now, think about it. Parents now have to go to the school board meetings. I don't want feelings in my child's math class. These poor parents, they got to work harder than they've ever worked their whole lives.
I know, it's like another part-time job.
Yeah.
You guys are clearly trying to feminize math, and I won't stand for it. When an architect builds a bridge, what's more important, how the architect feels about the bridge or what he knows about the bridge? I'm not driving over a bridge that was engineered by a guy that was in touch with his feelings. I'm driving over a bridge, if I don't want to die, engineered by a Brit or a German who's never cried. That is a sturdy bridge. Do you want me to tell you what I really feel about this, though? I think it has to do with COVID inequity, because all of these test scores went down, and so they have to lower the standards to get the test scores back up. Black and Hispanic students regressed even worse than white students during the pandemic. A lot of it's economic, but they're also trying to close the racial achievement gap. And again, that's why they're lowering the standards, or they're trying to feminize math.
Definitely that. I just like.
Is what a sexist would say.
Exactly.
Oh, you forgot to lead with that. So people will be, but you're finishing strong. That's what a sexist would say. Okay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.